3. Are we recording? How are we looking? Ah, sure, that looks good. We are recording. 3, 2, and 1. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on Above Average. If you're new to the channel, thank you for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. You guys are absolute beauties. Holy crap, we have ourselves a series. The Edmonton Oilers, the Vancouver Canucks. Damn, the Oilers just won Game 4. It is they're now, the Oilers are now heading back to Vancouver for Game 5, and it's split 2-2. So, you know what? It is about time. If you're new to the channel, I just did a video. The last video I uploaded was you shouldn't be scared. If you're an Oilers fan, you shouldn't be scared of the Vancouver Canucks. But you know, it's about damn time you give some huge props to the Canucks because they're a freaking great team. They are so well coached. The Quinn Hughes, Connor Garland, Brock Besser, they're deep. The Shelovs is an absolute stud, it turns out. You're getting, everyone's chipping in. The team's really, they've been doing really good all year, and it's just the doubters have continued to, doubt them, and they've continued to prove everyone wrong. I will say, when I made that video, it was the Nashville Predators, and so from my opinion, I watch the Oilers a lot. As you can see, I work for Edmonton Sports Talk, and so in my last few years, I have watched the Edmonton Oilers. There's one team that there's like 3 teams that the Oilers dummy. It's the Nashville Predators is probably top of the list. And so I guess that's just, from me watching the Oilers just dummy the Preds. I'm like, the Oilers, they make light work of the Preds every time. Every team has that team. It's true. If you're a Winnipeg Jets fan, you probably, you have a team that the Jets just dummy. Every team has a team that they just absolutely rail. And for the Oilers, it's the Nashville Predators. So when I'm watching this series, I'm like, man, like I'm not really sold on what the Canucks are selling. Yeah, they were terrific in the regular season. They were. You gave a huge props. I gave them credit for that. But the playoffs are a huge, a whole different beast. And what I saw from the Preds, really, they were 1 bounce, 2 bounces away from potentially going into the second round. Maybe is that a hot take? I don't know. I'll drop a comment down below in the comment section because I'd love to hear your take. But yeah, I totally sell them short. The Vancouver Canucks are legit. Like, they are, like, if you're a Canucks fan, you got to be completely happy with where the team's going, because this is like the first year of what looks, if they play their cards right, they could be a really good team for a long time. And when you've got the likes of Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson, who has kind of been invisible, not gonna lie, but when you got other people stepping up, like Joshua, just a killer Game 1. I talked about Brock Besser. JT Miller, he's got that dog in him. He really does. So I think Nikita Zadorov is probably one of the best acquisitions as far as the trade deadline goes. If I'm not mistaken, did they get him right at the trade deadline? They might have got him right before, but yeah, I think they got him right before the trade deadline. But Zadorov, just an absolute beast. And I wanted the Oilers to get a guy like that, because the Oilers, the Vinny Desharnais, that's what they want Zadorov to be. He's never going to be that. But when you have a big, a guy that can, chip in offensively, that's what Zadorov's doing. The whole suspension thing. Sorry, I didn't get to do a video on that. As you guys probably know, I've been very busy, and I'm sorry. The content hasn't been coming out as much as I'd like. I do apologize for that. But I needed to talk about this one. This one is huge, and so. I was wrong. And so it's okay to say you're wrong. It's totally fine. I was so wrong. Like, I was like, whatever. Everyone's wrong. So, to you Canucks fans ripping me apart saying my video, like, as soon as the Vancouver Canucks took Game 1, so many people commented back in that video that I had made. I'll put a link in the description if you want to watch that. People are like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Clearly, it was a bad take. Whatever. That's not the end of the world. I was wrong. I doubted them, but you can't. You got to start giving the Vancouver Canucks some props because they absolutely deserve it. Haven't even mentioned Rick Tocchet. The only thing I can say that would put this team over the top is if Elias Pettersson would get his head out of his ass, because, yeah, he did score in, what was that, Game 2? Yeah, it was Game 2, but it was a cross-crease feed from JT Miller. That whole play was Miller, and it was on the power play, albeit. But Elias Pettersson, I think he's one of the most skilled, talented players in the entire world. He's been invisible. So if he could really get his game going, Quinn Hughes, I think he's starting to find his stride for sure, because you just watch him. He's just so impressive. He's like the second best. He's the first best, whatever. It goes hand in hand, him and Makar. But yeah, if Elias Pettersson starts, finding his game, this would really, that would help. That it would almost be, I don't even know. So it's crazy. But so I just wanted to say that, yes, the Vancouver Canucks are legit. If you're a Canucks fan, you should be very happy, because they're sick. It's so fun to watch them if you're a hockey fan, just in general. But I got to give some props to the Oilers, because going into tonight, I thought that they were going to lose this game. I really did. The whole Pickard thing, Skinner not really doing anything. It's interesting, because I do think that the Oilers could be ahead of this series if they played their cards right. They were up in game 1. They were up tonight, and they almost lost. Like that was crazy. Evan Bouchard comes up clutch, and finally tonight you saw a little bit of that scoring depth that they haven't really had in a while. Well, I mean, it was Nuge. That was huge. Huge Nuge, right? That's what they call him. It's about damn time. He hadn't scored since, I think, game 1 of the LA series. It was a power play goal as well. I love that play, because you look to his left, he's on a 2-on-1. You got the best player in the world to your left. 90% of the league, 99% of the league is probably passing it over to Connor McDavid. Nugent Hopkins, no, he's like, you know what? I need to get on the scoreboard here. And that's exactly what he did. He shot... he's a sneaky good shooter. He really does. He's got some power on that release. He's a very accurate shooter as well. So it's nice to see him finally get on the scoreboard. But you talk about clutch, Evan Bouchard. I thought it was done. You look what happened in game 1. The empty netter. It can kill your team. I think if it was in Vancouver, if they scored that, it's a different series. It's totally different ball game, because you got the fans, that has a lot to do with it. So it's crazy. It really is. This series is exceeding my expectations, I think. I love the physicality. I love the headlines. It's fun to watch if you're a Canadian hockey fan, if you're a fan of just both these teams. But even if you're an outsider, I know my dad's chiming in. I've got a few buddies from... my dad's a Jets fan. I've got a few buddies from back home that are Flames fans, like saying like, holy crap, this is a crazy series. And it is. It's fun to watch. So I would be very surprised if this doesn't go 7. It most definitely will. I think there's no way this next game is going to be crazy. Now, I honestly think whoever wins the next game has the series. I think that's what it's going to go. I don't think any of these teams are going to win 2 in a row. I think whoever wins the next one wins it, and then wherever it goes again, I think it's all going to come down to, it's going to be win, and then it's all going to be going down to game 7. In my opinion, it's changed drastically. I thought the Oilers were going to win this in 5, 6, maybe, but no, it's going 7, and they may not even win it. I'm sorry, but Vancouver Canucks are that good. But I also wanted to talk about huge shout out to Calvin Pickard. Hasn't played in maybe just under well, it would have been the last game of the season against the Colorado Avalanche, when he started in the second period of that game. It was Stuart Skinner that started that game, but he got pulled. So that's kind of interesting, the whole scenario with Stuart Skinner. Is he the guy? Is he the number 1? I'm sorry, but it's starting to look like he's not actually a number 1, because like I was talking about, I honestly think the Oilers could have been ahead in the series if it wasn't for Stuart Skinner, and I feel bad. He's a great guy. He's so well spoken. The guys love him. The whole city loves Stu. But when the lights are on him, you saw it last year in the playoffs, and people were saying, "Oh, it's going to be different this year. It's going to be different because it's his second year." That hasn't been the case. I'm sorry. I don't think Stuart Skinner is the guy. He might be one day, but he's no Shelovs, and Shelovs, who the hell is this guy, right? So it's tough, because even when he got the shutout in the first series against the LA Kings in Game 4, I was like, he didn't have to play stellar that night. And a lot of analysts on TSN Sportsnet were saying he was just magnificent. It might be a hot take, but I think he was just above average. That's the channel name, that's why I said that. No, and he might have been just average, but as far as Stuart Skinner goes, whenever the team plays really well in front of him, He'll give you a good night on most nights. He's not going to make the crazy saves. He's not going to make the big clutch saves. At least we haven't seen that yet. Could he one day? Maybe. But he's so far from that. There's certain times you saw with the Drew Doughty goal on the breakaway when Drew Doughty, he forgot he didn't even go down. Like, he didn't go down. And that's happened a few times now. Elias Lindholm on the power play the other night. You know, he's in the slot. He did something cool. You know, he put the stick or his skate on the puck, but he didn't go down again. He fumbles up. He literally does. So he's got to be a lot more calm and composed. Hasn't quite, you know, as spectators, as fans, you guys have seen it. We haven't quite seen that yet. So Calvin Pickard, however, solid night. I thought he was great. He was terrific. The Oilers power play again was terrific. The one thing I will say, like, I think the Oilers have outplayed it's weird because you look at the shots, and this was a common conversation that was happening in the Predators series against the Canucks, was the Canucks are a very low scoring team. I don't know if it was like that throughout the regular season. If you're a Canucks fan, drop a comment down below if they're changing it up a little bit, but I can't remember. They're very low shooting team. I think I said scoring. They're a very low shooting team. We saw it again tonight. So that's kind of interesting. And, I mean, the Oilers are just peppering Shilovs, and they're barely winning when they win. One goal games. I think this was, they said, the 7th game in a row for the Vancouver Canucks. It's been a 1-goal game, and they're 5 of 7, so now it would be, tonight's 5 of 8. Does that make sense? That might be, I don't know. But, guys, I just had to get this video out. It's, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock tonight. I have to work at 5 in the morning. So I'm going to quickly edit this. It's going to be a very short video, but I just needed to get my thoughts out there. You guys are absolutely crushing it. Thank you for all the support. If you're new to the channel, yeah, freaking subscribe. This is sick. I'd love to have you on board. That'd be dope. With that being said, going forward, who do you think win in the series? That's the question of this video. If you made it this far, question of the video, who do you think's winning the series? If you're an Oilers fan, who needs to step up still? Vander Kane, Corey Perry, Warren Fogle, Ryan McLeod. You're getting that from Vancouver, not so much Edmonton. You get, you know, a little bit, just a half of the guys chipping in like Vancouver is. I think it's the Oilers, they fare really well. So it's with these teams, they match up a lot closer than I thought. It's impressive to watch. I can't wait for Game 5. It's going to be awesome. But Vancouver Canucks fans, drop a comment down below. What have you liked? What have you not liked? Are you still mad? Or do you hate me for saying what I'm saying? Look, I'm giving your team props now. So thanks for all the support, guys. Leave a like. Let's see if we can get this video to 300 likes. That'd be dope. You guys are absolute beauties. I will see you in the next one. Don't be average when you can be above average. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.